Hello, everybody. This is Justin Case of American Newscape, joining our friend and media personality, Jerry Maldonado, back for another installment of American Mentoring. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to American Newscape.
Hello. I'm in camouflage, Meatball. I'm ready to go, man. I'm hiding in the jungle tonight.
Yeah. The rumble in the jungle, Jerry Maldonado. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Maldonado in the jungle.
Here we go.
All right, Jerry. We were laughing because I came up with a topic that Jerry's concerned I can't say correctly, and he's really concerned about how this is going to go. But I'll take credit or blame. You were concerned. All right, Jerry.
You can't even pronounce the word, Meatball. What am I supposed to do about it?
Well, this won't be a drinking game, because every time I mispronounce this word, we don't expect everybody to take a drink, or you won't last the episode.
Algorythmic
Connections. There, I say connections.
There you go. See, I saved you the embarrassment.
You saved me the inevitable. Another big word. I'm using words with too many syllables.
Yes, indeed. So I just came up with connection. That's just make it really simple.
Okay, well, it's good. Algorithmic Connections. Jerry, what's happening with that? What's it all about?
Well, connections is kind of the boilerplate to life. You know, here's a simple question for you, Meatball. How do you feel about you and
I believe we're of like minds.
Is it a connection?
Yeah, it is. It's frightening. Very often we are of like minds.
It's not a love connection. No. Get that off your plate. But no,
it's a respect thing.
But the beautiful thing about life is that we connect to everything that we want to have, be, and do. And the hardest thing for me to realize, from that post-secret, like 20 years ago, that big thing that happened with that movie and everything else, and their mantra was ask, believe, and receive. Pretty boilerplate, they say in scripture and everything else. The problem is, if you're not connected to what you want, in other words, you don't feel that you can attain it or believe you can have it, you'll never get it. And I had to say these questions to myself sitting at a $500,000 in debt and back then, and saying, I just want $1 million. But in the back of my mind, I never believed that I could ever have something like that or attain something like that. It was a matter of changing my thinking about everything about life that brought the right connections to me in life. And I got a couple of great words before I let you kick in there. We don't acquire abundance. We attune to it. And if you hyphen the word attune, at tune, in other words, in frequency, in other words, in with energy.
That's my cue.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I don't want to take up your whole show, man.
No, it's okay. Well, first thing that struck me was, aspiring to what we want. A lot of people struggle with knowing what to ask for, so to speak. How to define what's important, what's not important. And I think that's where these damn algorithms kind of come into play. Because if we're floundering out there, if we're floundering in a sea of
indecisiveness.
That's a good word. I was going to say misery, but indecisiveness is perfect.
Indeed.
We're attracting I'm going to use another word, quagmire of crapola towards us.
Yes. It's not. You hit it up nail on the head. It's not knowing what you want in life, but in essence, we really do. You and I, we really know deep down what we really want to have, be, and do in life. A lot of people have the same inclination about their own wants and needs, but it's that think, feel, and vibrate attitude you have to carry. Thinking is like you're literally praying on a nonchalant way. Feeling is knowing that you're going to have it. And vibrating is at tune level. You're being in harmony with what you want. Meaning I was bringing up the point of connection between you and I. It's natural. You and
Yeah.
I have been this way for over a decade. It's a natural connection. We all have that natural connection to our wants and our needs. We just got to feel worthy enough and believe we can have it and start making progress towards it.
Well, I agree with you, Jerry. Our connection has always been it, it, wa- it it's easy, and it's never
It's a
forced.
natural thing.
Yeah, it's never forced, and it was always. I want to
No.
use the word comfortable, but and I think that's why we
Oh,
can.
very comfortable.
Yeah, and I think that's
Yeah.
why we can traverse down this rabbit hole. Rabbit hole.
It, every week, you and I come on, what, 5 minutes before showtime to get a topic and we're on the move. Our goals and dreams are the same way. Whatever feels good. People are trying to force out all these things or wonder why they're so indecisive about what they want when they know what they really want. They're just either afraid to go attain it, that feel they're not worthy about what they want or afraid to ask for it. I'm not afraid to ask for anything. I'm constantly thinking and sending out there, what can I do to better my world? And because if my world gets better, the world around me gets better. And if
Well,
people had that same aspect, that collective consciousness about the world itself, what a place it would be.
and you have developed a gift of journaling, and journaling really plays a significant role in you knowing what you
Yes,
want.
yes. It was a process indeed, because in the beginning, you're asking, you're writing down redundant things, but now as you get better, and that bring up a great point. It's a process. It's a learning process. Yeah, we might want $1 million, but at the same time, it's not just going to drop on your lap. You got to figure out or think of a way that can bring you that, and start a natural way that makes you feel good. The most successful people do this all the time. They just gravitate towards their desires on a constant level, no matter what. Nothing's going to block them. The persistence is key, and they always reach their goal. And you see it on television, you see it everywhere. It's not just that 5%. All of us have the same capability, but sadly, we've been spoon fed a society that says you can't.
Well, and a lot of us were maybe not bright enough to buy into what society had to say for us. We really never cared.
I was happy for being stupid back then.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't buy into it. I was like, what do you mean I can't have that? No, meatball. I'm going to, no, no, no. And no. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. A lot of people take it hook, line, and sinker, and you got what they call the mavericks, like you and I, that the word, we're like, no, 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 this doesn't feel right. Indeed, a great point. When you have that feeling of knowing that you can bring the best you, and you can bring what you want, and you can bring that connection to whomever and whatever you want, all you gotta do is you gravitate towards it with your thoughts and your feelings every day. In turn, that creates opportunities and synchronicities to bring it.
Right, right. And where you use journaling, I do my nighttime check with me notes, and those notes are about what I'm going to get done in the morning or what I must get done tomorrow. And I say check with me because those are my baby steps. And my baby steps are all about getting where I'm going.
It's your plan of action. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's always
Journaling to me is my plan of action for the day. You do it the day before because you like to prep early, I guess. I don't know, but it works for you.
well.
You
Part
know
of
what I
the
mean? Your
part
plan
of
of action is key.
part of it is I wake up and I have trouble remembering who I am and where I'm going,
Here we go.
and I can check my notes.
There we go. There you
I
go. The elderly commercial starts kicking in now.
Yeah, but it's been around a long time.
We all have, but I can't stress enough that, yeah, ask, believe, receive is a great three set of words with a great meaning behind it. They even wrote scripture to match it up with several different gospels. But think, feel, and vibrate is the key. And because I was the hardest working guy in the world, you're the hardest working guy in the world, and we're out there and we're busting our butts, but in some way we never really received what we truly wanted back then until we understood the connection factor. When we realize everything is energy, it's just a matter of our tuning to it and connecting to it with our thoughts, feelings, and actions every day.
Well, and I think refining what we're asking for and recognizing
Yes.
what we need and what those around us need.
It's a constant process of transformation and evolution, and going over the fine points.
What,
Because as we get older, we start growing in our desires, and we get more, how should we say, clear. There you go, with what we truly want in life. Because we've tried this, didn't work. We tried that, which is great. They're called experiences. But like you mentioned before, being concise and precise with what you want is going to bring it to you so much faster.
well, yeah, it's going to get you where you want to go,
Yes,
and the other
yes.
thing that we need to, I feel it's important to stress all the time is celebrate those baby steps. You know, this doesn't happen necessarily overnight. We can't put a bunch of stuff in our dream basket and hope we wake up to those rewards, but let's celebrate those baby steps because every baby step is taking you closer to where you need to be.
This might sound a little mundane to some people, but I have to tell you, I say thank you about 100 times a day minimum. And I'm constantly saying, this is awesome. Here we go. Let's keep creating. Let's keep moving. You got to be your own coach, man. You got to be your own cheerleader. Indeed, because the baby steps, sometimes you're going to fall. And you're going to fall hard sometimes, and you're going to be denied, and things are going to get in the way, or finances, or this one leaves you, or that one leaves you. It's up to you to keep coaching yourself.
Well,
I can sit here all day and talk to you blue in the face how great you are, but in the back of your mind, you think you're still a meatball. It ain't going to happen. You got
well,
to keep. You got to. I had to throw that in. You gotta keep doing it. And gratitude for me has changed. I know some might sound so mundane to people to say thank you. Why not?
yeah.
We say thank you for opening the door. Why not say thank you to yourself that you're alive, you're well, you're healthy, all these simple little things in life, because you're just creating a better vibration that comes out of you.
Well, and that's where it's important to say thank you. And a lot of, Jerry, the reality is a lot of people don't. You know, you open the door for
No.
somebody or you let somebody go first, and they're
Oh,
just,
yeah, friggin' rude, man. I was like, okay, you're welcome. So bad.
and,
But people, I mean, I was that way. I mean, 30 years ago, I mean, I was angry at everything and everybody. The world was a bad place, and the world just kept giving me more bad things to reassure my constant thinking. And this is where the experience comes in. Yeah, I'm still working as hard as I was 30, 40 years ago, but at the same time, you're working smarter because you're using the energy now instead of just using the physical life as your guide. You're using your thoughts and your feelings as your guide. If it doesn't feel right, you're not going to push for it. If it feels natural, you're going to go for it.
well, to be fair, you enjoy putting that work in these days. And back then, you probably didn't believe you needed to be putting that type of work in.
I wanted the money, and I felt that, and it was a great training outfit for me to learn the basics of work, and which few people now do nowadays. I say that with all due respect. Nobody wants to work. I'm not saying it in a condescending way, but compared to what you and I went through, I mean, 5, 6, 7 days of 12-hour shifts, and we were up ready to go. It was just who we were.
Well,
It was like military training. It kind of fits in with the clothes tonight, man.
it's, if you think back to your first visit to a Starbucks, and if you can say you never went to one, I'm proud of you. But when you went in there
Never.
and you saw these two people working on their laptops, believing they were actually accomplishing something.
Well, the work ethic now has changed. Obviously, it's become more subdued.
Subdued, yeah.
It, you and I got dirty.
Yeah. And
These
we,
guys get their fingertips dirty. That's about it. But it's the way technology, which I think is amazing, has done life now. I love it. I use it for my work. I'm surrounded with media. I mean, my fingertips got calluses on them now. But 30 years ago it was all manual.
and I've used artificial intelligence in video creation for God, 5 years, 6 years. I mean, it was
Yeah, I'm we. You are good at that. I have no idea.
Well, it just became labor saving for me, and it has its own fan base, and I let that fan base be a fan base. But this is where stuff gets accomplished, and emotion and passion and stuff like that. That's what everybody
Yeah,
needs.
emotional intelligence is definitely your guidepost. If you're doing what comes natural, if you're connecting to the people that comes natural, you can only move up. You're not forcing nothing. See, people think they got to force and fight for what they want in this world. When if you just follow your bliss, you follow what comes natural, you follow who you are, you're going to connect the dots along the way, as Steve Jobs said. And look at what he accomplished. There was no walls in front of him. He created his own path, and we are creating our own path as well by how we think of ourselves. And it's real important that people realize that when you think and feel and you vibrate in that sense, in that order, you can only create from that.
Well, and Steve Jobs had an advantage we didn't. As I remember, LSD was an important aspect of his life and creation process.
And shoes.
Yeah.
Guy didn't like shoes, man. He walking barefoot all the time, and he never showered either. So I guess, but hey, God bless him. Whatever works, man. Whatever works.
Yeah, it's a little late to bless him, but
to me, my inspiration is Dove soap. I feel better. So what the hell? It's all good.
nothing wrong with that. And your disparaging remark about my meatballism, and I actually aspire to be a meatball from time to time because it's a step up. It's actually a step up.
Well, meatballism is better than algorithm.
Algorithm.
Or whatever it was. I can't even pronounce it now, man.
Algorithmic
It's
Connections.
easier said than done, believe me. As I almost fall out of my chair, you got me laughing so hard.
Well, that's what you're doing. You're attracting meatballs to yourself, and we'll credit your mom for that because you were one of the first accomplished meatballs that any of us knew.
Well, I tried. I made a lot of them, ducked from a lot of them, and I saw Mom today, and she did her usual yelling, but it was all good. It was good old days, and I loved every minute of it. And her and I, you hear that another great point, her and I are as natural as can be. Is that natural connection? She might sound mean to other people, but to me, that's just Mom, just being herself. That's connecting with me, meatball to meatball.
No, exactly, and that honesty everybody should aspire to, and everybody should look for honesty in their connections and in their relationships, and it'll be a better place.
And the meatball.
And the meatballs, yeah, and celebrate the meatball whenever given the opportunity. Hey, Jerry.
It's National Pasta Day. I forgot to tell you guys. So happy pasta.
Yes. I can't remember if it's good for us or bad for us. It depends on who you talk to and what day of the week.
Yeah. Just eat macaroni and be quiet. That's all. It's not a big deal, man.
Exactly. Durum wheat has a purpose. You want to leave us with a final thought other than pasta today, Jerry? Algorithmic connection. Well, pasta.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll just leave you with the same word that I started off with as far as that little quote to help you guys. We don't acquire abundance. We don't acquire success. We don't acquire love. We attune to it. So whatever you're striving for, if it feels natural, you don't have to worry. As you said before, take the baby steps every day. Get your little lumps along the way. Because if it feels right, eventually it's going to turn out right.
Nice thought to leave us with. All right, everybody. This has been Justin Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you American Mentoring. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links are provided in this video's read more. Today's the day to subscribe to this channel. Please learn more about Jerry Maldonado when time permits.